So just thinking, I'm reading in Philippians chapter 1, verse 12. It says, "But I would ye should understand, brethren, that the things which happened unto me have fallen out rather unto the furtherance of the gospel." I was reading that and I was thinking about my life and just thinking about all the times when I let my circumstances put me in a prison. And that's where Paul is. He's literally in kind of like a house arrest type prison situation. And I've often let my circumstances put me in my own little prison in my mind. And really, what I learned here reading this today is I wonder how many times I've let my circumstances be a pulpit instead. Because as you read this chapter and these verses unfold, Paul says, hey, listen, my bonds are strengthening other people. My bonds are causing people to preach Christ. My bonds are encouraging people. Well, his circumstances wasn't an opportunity for him to have a pity party or for things to complain about. But he used his circumstances as a pulpit, an opportunity for the furtherance of the gospel. And so I was just thinking, what does our circumstances, using our circumstances as a pulpit, as an opportunity to share the gospel, what does that look like in everyday life? Well, hospital visits, medical issues, doctors give a bad medical diagnosis, and doctors tell you you don't have long to live. And suddenly the amount of time you have makes you reconsider exactly what you want to use that time for. But what if we all used our time in a way where we didn't have to wait for the medical diagnosis, we didn't have to wait for the bad news? It was just, hey, listen, I'm going to model what trusting Jesus looks like every day. It doesn't have to be the good times, it can be the bad times. I'm going to model what trusting Jesus looks like. So I'm going to show that peace doesn't come from prosperity, but that peace comes from trusting in Christ. And I want to tell you that other people know when you're struggling, other people know when you're going through life's valleys, and they see you and watch you and see you trust the Lord. So just choose to refuse bitterness, right? Testify to people of how God has provided and meet every need. What about speaking kindly to others when you don't want to? What if we overcame our own desires and our own flesh and we said, you know what, I'm going to use every opportunity I have to tell of Jesus. I don't care what bad thing has happened to me today. I don't care who has treated me poorly or who has done evil to me today. I don't care if I'm going through grief or loss. I don't care if I'm having marriage struggles. I don't care if I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to put my parents in a home or take care of them. Whatever life brings, whatever unexpected changes happen, even to the smallest extent of long lines at fast food restaurants or traffic jams or problems in the local community, hey, take an opportunity in person, online, at church, at home, write somebody a note, tell somebody how good God has been. You have every opportunity today to let your circumstances put you in a prison, or use your circumstances to tell other people about Jesus. I love how Paul says, all of these things have happened unto me for the furtherance of the gospel. What if we looked at every situation that came into our life today and said, this has happened to me for the furtherance of the gospel? Just thinking.